Confucius said, if a superior man's speech and actions lack solemnity, he will not have authority. By studying extensively, he will avoid narrow-mindedness. A superior man should adhere to loyalty and integrity as principles for conducting himself, and should avoid associating with those who do not share his interests. If he makes a mistake, he should not be afraid to correct it. These sentences sound like a personal motto. Let's analyze them step by step. First, let's understand what a superior man means. If a superior man is already a completed superior man, why are there so many requirements? Therefore, when reading the Analects, we need to remember that the term superior man refers to someone who aspires to become a superior man. This is the correct understanding. In other words, a person who aspires to become a superior man has many areas to improve. If someone is already a superior man, why would there still be faults to correct? Therefore, a superior man is in a dynamic state, meaning that life is a journey of progress and ambition. In ancient times, distinguishing between a superior man and an inferior man wasn't difficult. There is a saying, a superior man sets his mind firmly on one goal, while an inferior man constantly changes his goal. The inferior man is always setting goals, which is equivalent to having no ambition. The superior man, on the other hand, sets a goal and never changes it, meaning he strives to become a person with perfect character. Thus, when Confucius speaks of a superior man, he's referring to someone who aspires to become one. If speech and actions are not solemn, there will be no authority. In social settings, a person must conduct themselves with dignity to gain respect and be taken seriously. This sense of gravity in behavior and speech is crucial for earning respect from others. The next part says, by studying extensively, one will avoid narrow-mindedness. I am separating these two sentences because some people combine them, saying that if one is not solemn, there will be no authority and learning will not be fruitful. That is not the correct interpretation. We should consider them separately. By studying extensively, one will avoid narrow-mindedness because Confucius strongly opposed a person being overly stubborn and inflexible, to the point of not being adaptable. Confucian thought emphasizes flexibility and seizing opportunities. When Confucius describes himself, he refers to the ancient sages who followed specific ways of doing things. But he differentiates himself by saying 5 words: no, fixed, right, or wrong. What does this mean? It means he doesn't insist on doing things a certain way or avoiding certain methods. He assesses the situation according to the context. In addition to emphasizing benevolence, Confucian thought also emphasizes wisdom, valuing both equally. Benevolence signifies inner sincerity and a genuine desire to do good and be kind. Wisdom signifies good judgment. Without understanding judgment, trying to do good might lead to being deceived or even inadvertently helping the wrong people. Therefore, Confucian thought emphasizes the combination of benevolence and wisdom. When a person studies, their mind becomes more agile, and they can connect various dots when faced with problems. Without studying, one can only rely on past experiences, which are very limited, to confront current challenges. How can one break through difficulties then? Therefore, after studying, the mind becomes more open, and the understanding of various issues is no longer rigid. This is the meaning of studying avoids narrow-mindedness, adhering to loyalty and integrity as fundamental principles for conducting oneself. Confucius placed great emphasis on making loyalty and integrity the basis for how one conducts themselves. Confucius once said that in a community with 10 households, there is bound to be someone as loyal and trustworthy as him, but no one as eager to learn. This shows Confucius's emphasis on loyalty and integrity as essential in conducting oneself. The next phrase is, do not associate with those who are not similar in aspirations. I stress that the term not similar can be interpreted as not sharing similar interests. There are many examples of this in the Analects. What does not sharing similar interests mean? The principle mentioned earlier is loyalty and integrity, which should be the foundation for friendships. Then one must assess whether interests align between friends. For example, if I enjoy hiking and you enjoy playing chess, or I like painting and you like playing sports, when it comes time for leisure, we wouldn't have much in common, so how can we be friends? Similar interests lead to more opportunities for connection and shared experiences. For instance, we might share a love for the same books or films, making it easy and natural to form a friendship. Loyalty and integrity should guide our friendships, so there's no need to worry about befriending the wrong kind of people. With loyalty and integrity as a foundation, one can choose friends who share similar interests and aspirations. The final sentence, "If you make a mistake, do not be afraid to correct it," is actually quite challenging to achieve. Most people's mistakes stem from their character. A person's mistakes reflect their personality. So correcting a mistake is akin to altering one's character. We often say, it is easier to change rivers and mountains than a person's nature, which highlights the difficulty. Although it is challenging, one should still strive to correct mistakes. In Mencius, there is a story about an official who, after speaking with Mencius, realized his error in taxing too much and said, "All right, starting next year, I will reduce taxes to meet your standards. For now, I will just slightly reduce taxes this year." How did Mencius respond? He used a clever metaphor, saying that if a person steals a chicken from a neighbor every day and is told this is wrong and should change, and he responds, "Fine, I will steal one chicken a month now and completely stop next year," it would be ridiculous. Reducing theft from daily to monthly may seem like a large change, but why not stop immediately? Mencius's point is that if you recognize your error, why wait until next year to correct it? You should make the change immediately. However, changing one's behavior can be very difficult because mistakes are often tied to one's character. And asking someone to correct their mistakes is like asking them to adjust their personality. This is a significant challenge. From this chapter, we can understand that Confucius emphasizes the self-discipline of the superior man, maintaining a solemn demeanor and adhering to loyalty and integrity as fundamental principles. This is a strong guiding principle. Do not be afraid to correct mistakes. What pressure might arise from studying Confucianism? Confucius's teachings are widely regarded as wise, but what tangible benefits can one expect from following these practices? The rewards are internal, not external. Following Confucius's teachings may not guarantee good grades or promotions, nor may it guarantee financial success. Therefore, Confucianism must ensure that living according to these principles aligns with the human ideal and provides an inner sense of fulfillment. This kind of happiness may not always coincide with external achievements. From an external perspective, there are many obvious rewards for enjoying certain benefits, but following Confucius's approach may not always lead to these external achievements. Nonetheless, it is crucial to recognize that inner happiness comes from meeting the demands of human nature, which are universal. From time immemorial, across the world, whether in ancient or modern times, doing things like being filial to parents and respecting older siblings, or following Confucius's teachings on correcting mistakes, can lead to happiness. This needs to be experienced firsthand. We can start small by correcting minor faults and notice that others treat us with more respect, and we become more self-assured. Gradually, we can take on bigger challenges. This is a practical approach to learning and self-improvement.